happening, y'all, and welcome. This is episode 127.
Birthday episode.
Yes, Marty's birthday is January 27th, in case you all didn't know. But this is Super Flashy Arrow of Tomorrow. I am your host, the self-knighted Sir Cussalott Travis Pointer, a.k.a. the Dragon King, a.k.a. Big T, a.k.a. T Money, a.k.a. Sweet T, a.k.a. Black Merlin, a.k.a. DHNIC. And I am joined this week, as I am every week, by my co-host Mara, the Shark Watkins.
Hello.
And how are you doing on this glorious day, Mara?
I'm great.
Good. What you been up to? What's new? Anything special happened this past week?
Our favorite girl turned 4.
She did.
Luna Boona is a 4-year-old now, guys. So if you see her, say happy birthday.
If you see her. If one day you just happen to see this random 4-year-old walking down the street.
You won't.
You know, for some odd reason, she's not with her parents, just walking down the street by herself, minding her business. Tell her, hey, happy birthday. Sure. Oh, man, but we're not here to talk about Luna's birthday, unfortunately. What we're here for is to talk about the Arrowverse on the CW. You know, that's Supergirl, Flash, Legend of Tomorrow, Arrow, Black Lightning, Batwoman, and now Stargirl. So, let's talk about Stargirl, because that's all we got this week.
Yep.
That's all we've had for weeks now. But, you know, let's talk about it. This episode was called What?
Star and Stripes, or S.T.R.I.P.E. S. Part 1. No, is it just one singular? Stripe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I remember being confused every time I was writing star and then plural stripes, or is it multiple stars or plural stars and singular stripe?
It's both singular, right?
I think so, right?
Yeah, it's because it's one Stargirl and there's one Stripe.
So is it star and stripe?
I believe so.
Oh, okay.
See, now you got me. See, now I got to look it up.
That's what I was thinking. I was like,
and I can do that because I got a second screen here now.
Oh my God.
Let's see. DC Universe, that movie and TV, Stargirl. Oh, no. Looks like
Stars
I was wrong.
and Stripe.
Yeah, it's Stars and Stripe. You are right.
Because I was just like, because I remember being like confused because I remember they called him Stripe before and I was just like, why is there only one Stripe?
Yeah. It's weird that they said Stars here because there is only one Stargirl. So why is that Stars, but he's only one Stripe? I don't know. I really just wanted an excuse to use my second screen. So,
But this was part 1, so.
Yeah. So let's get into this episode. So this thing kicks off. The evil plans are underway, Mara.
We're starting.
Sportsmaster and Tigress are going after the family, which, in my opinion, is a fucking dumb idea. They've gone after Stargirl and failed already once before, and I thought Brainwave was going to take care of that shit. So, I don't understand.
Nope, he was like, I got too much to do that with my own 2 hands.
And that's where they fucked up, because if he had just done it himself, it would have been done quick. He could have done it very fast and in a hurry. The way he killed several people, he just made their brains stop working and shit. And he could have just went back home. Like he could have walked up to their front door, looked at Barbara and went, she dead. Looked at Courtney and went, she dead, and walked away.
Exactly.
But no, you send your 2 most incompetent villains.
They really are, though.
You said Sportsmaster and Tigers. The ones who really don't have any powers. The only two who really don't have any powers.
They
Those are the
remind
ones
me.
you said.
They remind me of Hades' little minions from like Hercules, the animated movie.
Oh yeah, Pain and Panic.
Yeah, like they just like they're trying, but it's just like please stop,
Yeah, like you're awful at this. Don't just.
please stop. You're making it worse.
So Courtney and Barbara, they're packing right now.
For a camping
Yeah,
trip.
they're going camping, and we find this out because Pat and Mike are talking, and we got some more of Mike just being fucking Mike again, and I hate that kid, Mara.
Stop
And just
talking to me. Stop talking to me like I'm a little kid. Well, stop, bitch. Stop acting like one. Like,
also you're like 4 foot nothing. Shut up. Like,
yo, do you realize? Yo, do you realize Mike has no chin?
you're fucking right. And now that's all I'll see when I look at him. You just yeah. You're right. He has no chin. But yeah, Mike's just he's like playing with a drill, and Pat's actually trying to tell him everything, and he's over there playing with a drill and shit, and Pat's like, "Yo, cut that shit out and fucking listen to me." And then Mike decides he wants to be a little bitch again. Starts like, "Stop treating me like a little kid," and walks away. And this is what happens, people, when you don't beat your kids. Like Mike does not have that healthy fear of his father. So, when he got the big boy voice on him, Mike just said, "I don't see that shit," and walked away.
Oh my god.
Like, the big scary dad voice doesn't help if there's nothing to be scared of. So he just walked away. But Sportsmaster's in the shop. And apparently Sportsmaster is adequate to take care of Pat by himself because he just whoops Pat's ass. Like Pat got like 3 free punches on him, and that just meant nothing.
Yeah, no. It was. I'm like, Sportsmaster was. I was like, I'm surprised like he just didn't kill Pat faster. Like
he should have, but he's fucking Sportsmaster. He's incompetent, so he didn't do that. He could have, but he didn't. This is why it was a stupid idea to send him and Tigers because they have no fucking sense. They're more concerned about getting coaches fired because they benched their child than doing their job. So,
priorities.
But at the same time, Tigers is attacking the house, so she's going after Barbara. Courtney comes to the rescue with the staff and spinning around and kicking around, and she basically saves her mother's life.
Barbara realized that her daughter is actually a badass.
Yeah, like, oh. So after that's all over with, she's like, "Oh my God, Courtney, that was," and Courtney's like, "Oh, I know, very dangerous," but she was like, "No, that was fucking awesome." Like, shit. At the same time as that's happening, Mike actually saves Pat with that drill he was playing with because Sportsmaster was fucking him up, getting ready to kill him, and Mike's just like, "Yo, I'm gonna drill him in his back because Well,
So did he? And I was like, how did that not paralyze you?
Well, it wasn't right in the back. It was like in his side, kind of over here. It
Oh.
was probably more likely to puncture a kidney than to actually, paralyze him. So he probably has kidney trouble now. But
He's not gonna pee right for the rest of his life.
Pretty much, he can't drink anymore. Like it's all kind of things that are wrong with him now. But
they're never going to acknowledge that, though.
They won't. So then we get Jordan talking to his parents, and they're doing that, talking in
Norwegian,
right? Yeah. I'm like, yeah, she wouldn't have made a good wife anyway. I know you liked her. I know you.
You're like, just move on. It's okay.
Just move on. I know you didn't get to hit that yet. I understand the frustration, but find you somebody else. He got a phone call during this time too, right? From let him know that pretty much everybody fucked up because he was dumb enough to send Tigerson.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But then we get fucking principal. And she's talking to her son in her office.
Isaac, because he's being bullied.
Yeah, yeah. Put your glasses back on. Like, you're gonna take the glasses off and start squinting.
Because I can see like
No, you
the
can't.
screen is reflecting.
You were squinting.
But the screen is reflecting.
It's fine. You're okay. It's not that bad. I'd rather you be able to see and not fuck your eyes up. All right.
Okay.
So, anyway, yeah, his son's getting bullied. Like, they're making fun of me because I played the tuba and shit. And she was like, hey, people made fun of your dad too. Until he fucked him up.
And he was like,
So,
what you mean? She was like, he took that bow and stabbed it in someone's eardrum. And I was just like, oh, okay, so we're going to turn the son into a villain. All
yeah,
right.
yeah. So you take that tuba, you shove it up somebody's ass. Like, that's pretty much what she told him to do. And now I'm afraid for whoever bullies this child next. Because
Right? Like,
they,
I'm scared for the person who says the wrong thing to him.
yeah, yeah, they might even bully him. They might just mention the tuba and he just goes
Might
off.
just go off. What?
What you say about my tuba? Yeah, yeah. Let's see. So the whole family and the new Justice Society, Rick and
Everyone's
uh,
at the cabin.
all the good guys basically are at the cabin, including Justin, the janitor.
I was like, yo, who the fuck is in this truck? And I was like, oh, it's Justin
Yeah, yeah.
with KFC.
They gotta eat.
Yeah, you're right.
So they're in Cindy's little basement area and out, in the dungeon and shit. And she's talking shit to Brainwave, and Brainwave goes off on her about his son. He was like, "Yo, you had one job. Your job was to find out if my kid had powers, and you couldn't even do that." And you're like, "Well, he didn't show anything." I'm like, yeah, whatever, nigga. And she tries to hurt his feelings by saying, like, you realize we were doing all the work while you were like in diapers in a coma and shit. And he flips it on her, like, you realize nobody gives a fuck about you, including your father. Like,
He thinks you're a failed experiment,
yeah,
girl.
you're a failed experiment. We all agree. This is why he's still locked up in here. And they're still going back and forth when Dragon King walks in and he's just like, doesn't even acknowledge that she's been screaming and shit after Brandon closes the little slot. Like, he really don't give a fuck.
He really doesn't.
So they go to the machine because that's why he came out to get Brainwave. It's time
The
to test the machine.
Cerebro knockoff.
Yeah, yeah, basically. So it's time to test this machine. And we find out basically it'll either work properly or Brainwave is just going to get his whole insides liquefied. He's just going to be,
I was saying that too. I was like, I low key hope this machine fries his brain again.
Yeah, we look up and all of a sudden, instead of him being able to take over people's mind, he just becomes oatmeal brain.
Yep. And then at one point, at the end of it, I thought he blew up, and I was like, well, there goes their plan.
Yeah, it's like, okay, what now?
Right, like, what are you guys gonna do now? Because he killed Henry.
Yeah, yeah. But it does work. Then we cut back to everybody at the cabin. We get this scene between Justin and Rick is talking about how he can't figure out this equation, asking Justin if he knows anything, but Justin is no help. His brain's all fucked up. He don't know shit.
He was like, I love me a good puzzle, and then he was just like, I'm gonna go wash the bathroom.
Yeah,
I was like, what?
He's a janitor. That's what he does. That's all he really knows right now. So he reverted back to what he knew when he got confused. Then we get more of Mike being annoying. Like, I want to try the staff. Can I try the staff? Maybe if I found it, it would have chose me. He was like, no, dude, you're a fucking brat. But he goes to try the staff, and of course it doesn't work because he's a fucking annoying little brat.
Just gotta keep hurting your own damn feelings, Mike.
Yeah, yeah. So then the principal shows up at their actual house because, Sportsmaster and Tigers are still there licking their wounds after getting their asses whooped by people who they should have been able to beat. And in the midst of all this, she starts talking shit because they fucking up, and Tigers just shoots her.
I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, yeah. We saw the blood pooling out and everything. So it was actual like crossbow bolt right in the chest. Like she shot her right in the chest. Is she dead? Probably. We don't know for sure. But it looked like she fucking killed her. Like
I was like, yo, they just made Isaac an orphan.
yeah.
But then I was like, see, and now we definitely know Isaac's about to be a real villain now.
Mm-hmm. So we get a little brief moment with Barbara and Pat talking, and Pat's like, "Oh, are we gonna be okay? Like, me and you." And Barbara's like, "Well, I want us to." And more useless talk there.
Why didn't you tell me?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. In my past life, I was a sidekick to a superhero. Yeah, that's great first date conversation.
And then still have you think that I'm sane.
Yeah. And then it's just like, well, why didn't you tell me before we got married? Well, at that point, I thought all that shit was over with. So why?
Like, why would I bring it up?
Why bring it up and try to explain what this was? Like
If like I thought that was over. I thought they were gone.
yeah. Every time of that life was gone in my head. So then we get Pat talking to Rick, and they help him solve. He helps Rick solve the little thing by mentioning the 1966 Mustang, which somehow Rick never thought of. I don't know how, but whatever. Because everything in his life was tied to that fucking car up to that point. Why he didn't think of the 1966 at some point in his figuring shit out, I don't know, but whatever. But with that, he figures out the equation and finds out that it's everything he's been trying to solve is a map of the ISA's underground tunnel. So that's nice to have. And they decide the team is going to split up and take them out, from two sides while Beth kind of hacks their shit from Barbara's job. Yeah, there's no way this can go wrong at all.
Oh my god, the part like I just got to laugh though. The part where they had Pat and the robot running, man, I laughed so hard. I don't know why, but that robot running was just so funny looking because it looks so absurd because it's a big ass robot running.
I understand. So yeah, they split the team up. Yolanda and Rick are going one way. Pat and Courtney are going the other. Beth is gonna hack the shit
With Barbara.
with Barbara with her. Yes, they had a little moment with New Kids on the Block being her password and shit. And then Mike's like, "Well, what do I do?" And Pat's like, "All right, well, you little useless piece of shit, you watch the dog, cause yeah, there's nothing you can do here at all."
You have no usable skills.
Exactly. Besides being a pain in the ass, like you do nothing besides
You
annoying.
you eat us out of a situation.
Basically, you want to deliver them a newspaper. The job I made you get, like to try to make you useful. No, exactly. Watch the dog.
All right, sit down.
So Beth is hacking their shit and finds out what they're planning to do. And all the list of things that they're talking about doing, they're like, oh, uh-oh. Like they want to do good shit. It's a fucked up way of doing good shit, but they want to do good shit. Do you really want to stop them from doing this good shit?
Right, you're like, are we on the right side here, guys, on this? Like, and then it was like, here's the catch. And I was like, here's the evil aspect.
Yeah.
25 million people will die, though.
Yeah. Like, oh, yeah, Phil, a good percentage of adults will, try to fight it too hard and they'll die. How many? 25 million people.
It's a lot.
It's a lot of dead folks, man. We tripping
That's
over what's happening with COVID. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, because this is only supposed to take place in, like, America, right?
A certain section of America, not even all of America.
100 million people. That's what I'm saying, like 100 million people. And then think of that comparison. Yeah, like you were saying, compared to COVID, like that's crazy. 25 million people.
So yeah.
That's like the tri-state area.
Yeah. So you find out that like not only are there, comms still working for a reason, because they talked about that earlier. Like, yo, when I went down there before, Chuck didn't work and I got disconnected and shit. Why are things working now? I don't know, whatever. It turns out the gambler was letting them do that shit. and he counter-hacked them. And he only counter-hacked them just to talk shit. Like, he didn't even do anything to them. He was just
Right,
talking
like
shit.
didn't like fry their system, didn't erase anything they saw, like just literally was just like, you stupid.
Yeah, you're like, dude, I've already won. What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm
Why
only in here to fuck with you right now.
why did the glasses tell her identity so quickly?
By the what?
So when the dude asked who am I speaking with, why did Chuck go all like, you're talking to Dr. Midnight? What?
That's her
Chuck.
code name. It's not her real name. You don't know who that is.
I'm just saying, like, why answer anyway?
Chuck doesn't have the greatest of discretion. So.
Okay.
But yeah, but he was like, yo, you think, they said like, oh, we'll stop. We only got 30 minutes, guys. We got to stop in 30 minutes because the countdown was happening. He just laughed. He's like, oh, you think you have 30 minutes? Like, no. That countdown is when everything is done. And the 30-minute mark is when he started to work. It's already begun. It's over. And
broadcast has started, and the adults are zoned out.
All of them, including Pat, who was inside his giant super robot suit. We cut to them after we show that they have control over Barbara and Justin. But they cut over to Pat in his robot suit. And he just punches the fuck out of Courtney. And that's the end of this episode. That was Stargirl this week, bro. Like, what do we do now? We got one more.
And then that's it.
Yeah. Tell me, Mar. Who's winning? Not a group. Tell me one person.
Brainwave.
You want to say Brainwave? Okay. Like that? See, I'm going to say the Gambler because I like that whole sequence of him just talking shit. And he's just like, yo, I won this. What are you doing? Who's losing?
I'm gonna go with Cindy because she's still locked up. And that's only because I don't feel like anyone on like the good guy side is winning or losing more than the other. So it's hard to just choose one of them.
Somebody's dead. That's who got shot in the chest with a crossbow.
Oh yeah, Bowen. I was like, who did?
So that's a possibility also.
Bowen also, yeah, she lost.
So you're saying Cindy's losing this week?
No, it's now that you reminded me that Bowen's dead. Like, I will go with Bowen. I didn't even think about that.
Mm-hmm. That's another little indicator that she's probably losing because she's that forgettable. Yeah, I'm gonna say she's losing, but I disagree with you on who's winning. I said the Gambler, but yeah. Wow, one more episode.
I didn't think we'd ever get here.
You know, I didn't either, and we're still not there. So, for all we know,
they could announce something tomorrow.
That's starting right after this episode. And I'll be like, you know what? Fuck you.
Premieres right after the finale of Stargirl.
Yeah. You know, they were teasing us with Swamp Thing before. Watch, they gonna find out they were secretly filming that fucking, like, you know, that Canary show and shit. We didn't know. And like they got oh, I really don't want them to do that show, like, at all. But anyway, that'll be it for this week's episode of Super Flashy Arrow of Tomorrow. Do not forget, you can follow us on both Twitter and Instagram at The Creation World. That is at TheCreatia World. Once again, if you don't know how to spell world, get a dictionary. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Creation World. However, this particular podcast has a group that goes along with it on Facebook. What is that group, Mara?
Facebook.com/group/Super Flashy Arrow of Tomorrow.
Also, for you wrestling fans out there, do not forget to check out Smacking It Raw every week. There's a Facebook group that goes along with that also. That is facebook.com/group/smacking it raw. And that is smacking. No G on the end of smacking.
No G.
Yeah. Also, don't forget you can follow me on both Twitter and Instagram at Sir_Cussalott. That is at SIR_CUSSALOTT. Mara, where can they find you?
Always on Instagram and Twitter at Mara the Shark. That's MARADASHARK. And guys, guess what? Shark Week starts on Sunday. Woo!
Mara loves Shark Week. If you all didn't know by her name, Mara the Shark.
It's my playoffs week for y'all, like for NBA.
I mean, playoffs is more than a week, but yeah, I get you. But anyway, that'll be it for this week's episode. We'll catch you next time. Until then, we out.
Bye.